Give it a few more minutes just for some other guests to join. Let's see. Hey, so this is being recorded, so at least we'll be able to share the recording with everybody after the conference, after the webinar. And what I've tried to do is to compress a lot of the information into just some slides. I'll be happy to share the slides too if you so desire. You can just either email or just put it up in the chat, and then I will share the recording with you. I'll just give it about 3 more minutes, and then I will start presenting the information for today. Once again, thank you for taking time out of your busy Saturday or your relaxing Saturday, whichever case. It's really appreciated. And I trust the quality of information that you'll get from this conference, from this webinar, from this time of learning will be very, very useful for you. Thank you once again. So there's also a poll that is available for this conference. So at any time, feel free to just fill or take the survey, take the poll. It will help us get more information about how to keep organizing this webinars, this or seminars, and then I think it's very helpful for us. So please, it's on the poll section of your Zoom app or and if you're using a computer on your desktop, it's under polls and quizzes. Thank you. All right. Let me put my screen up here. Very good. So once again, I want to thank you all for connecting with this conference. We had a lot of signups from different parts of the world We used different tools. I think there was an Eventbrite invitation or registration that was sent out. Had people from France, from Belgium, from, I mean, from very far countries. I was kind of surprised, but I think that's the whole essence of having or leveraging technology like this to be able to maximize our global framework. So yes, I had people sign up from France, Belgium. There were some other countries I can't remember everything, but I checked the distribution and it was, it is a truly global event. Um, we chose Saturday because sometimes during the week everybody's kind of busy, multiple meetings here and there. So we're still kind of trying to find the right time for this webinars. If it's too early, if it's too late, maybe it should be sometime during the week or thereabouts. We'll find a better framework. But welcome once again. My name is Tolu Disu. Uh, I'm the CEO of Spacematics Technologies, have experience in different fields of technology, all the way from cybersecurity to consulting, technology consulting, assessment, framework building, analysis, and all of that. So very, very wide and vast experience, and now venturing into this very interesting area of artificial intelligence. So the initial trajectory was to base the AI on the space industry, that is space in the artificial revolution, the AI revolution. So that was the initial discussion and trajectory. But a lot of people started requesting for even a basic knowledge of artificial intelligence. So even a lot of people don't even understand what artificial intelligence is. It just sounds like, it's a lot of discussions, a lot of fluff. So a lot of people were requesting to demystify what exactly AI is. Like, just demystify it for us. We don't even understand what AI is before we start applying it. And it's affecting everybody now. There are a lot of industries that are being merged or folded up altogether. Funny story, I was taking a stroll this morning. I was walking, just taking a regular early morning stroll. And I came across an IBM typewriter. Somebody had dumped it outside. And I was like, that's interesting. A few years ago, this IBM typewriter was the main thing. People could not do anything without it. It was like the standard office requirement. But now it's no longer useful. It's outdated. It's done away with, except maybe you want to put it in a museum or something like that, or maybe a fax, or maybe some other application that will only require a typewriter. But nowadays, nobody uses a typewriter again. And we can talk about the evolution of technology through different lens, or the evolution of industry, the evolution of tools. So once again, we're saying a revolution before us that cuts across all industry, not just the space industry, even though that is monumental, even though that is very important, but all industries are now transforming. I don't really want to use the word replaced, right? Because eventually you can't replace a human being. A human being is a full spirit, soul, and body. You can't replace a human being. But the way things are done can be changed. It can be transformed. That's why we have schools, we have institutions, we have learning that can enable people to learn a new way, or if you like, a better way of doing things. So it's more of transformation than replacing. Now, the transformation causes or can cause um, certain things to be done away with, to be replaced, to be outdated, that is probably no longer serving that purpose, is no longer useful. And then that need has to be redirected, or has to be reformed or transformed. So that's a better, in my opinion, that's a better way of interpreting what we are doing in the world today. It's already a dominant technology. So when it's dominant, it means it's no longer an option. If it were to just be an option, then it would have been just like, oh, okay, fine. But it is critical. It affects people's daily necessities, daily needs. So that's why we're here. That's why you're here. And we're going to be having more training, more discussions about this as time goes on. So it's now a business, an established business. It's a lot. I don't want to bore you with the statistics, but if you go online, you'll see how much is being pumped into it, billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? So people that have money, people that have industries, people that have institutions have already pivoted to the artificial intelligence era. They're already employing artificial AI experts or AI people. Why? Not just for the fun of it, but to transform their industries or their businesses or their careers and then become or be relevant, still be relevant. So that's the business of artificial intelligence, from customer service to logistics to every kind of industry you can talk about. AI is already there. Chances are that you have even used AI this morning. You have maybe asked a question or you have checked your watch and something has told you, okay, this is what to do at this time or thereabout. So it's everywhere. But now, what do we do with it? How do we make sense out of it? We say here that this is where innovation is meeting opportunity. We can't just be stagnant and just say, okay, it's going to, not take my job. All the people that were arguing years ago that, well, AI can't take my job, AI can't do this, they're almost finding themselves, very wrong. At first, it was like, okay, it's going to be only repetitive jobs, mathematical jobs, or scientific jobs that AI would replace, something that was repetitive, something that didn't need creativity. But that is out of in fact, they just released Sora 2, and Hollywood is complaining because it is producing movies that is mind blowing. I mean, with the highest level of detail, highest level, it's almost not differentiable. So it's not longer just a fictional story. It is an existential threat, right? So that's why I think we all need to be ahead of the game. All right. So, and if you have any questions during this presentation, you can always just put it in the comment or raise your hand. I'll be checking from time to time. So what we need to do is to build a business AI strategy. So everybody needs a business AI strategy, whether you're an individual working or you're a student or you own a business or you're an industry leader. Everybody needs a business AI strategy. How will I be able to function optimally with this current artificial intelligence technology? There must be a clear strategy. So what we are doing today is a strategy. The company is taking a strategy to start employing AI technology to solve problems and also to educate people that want to transition. Maybe you're at the job now and you don't know what to do next. You need a clear business AI strategy, not just a business strategy, a business AI strategy. Because a couple of years ago, there was no need for an AI strategy because there was really no AI out in the public, right? Even though it has gone through some transformations, some forms of robotic intelligence and things like that, it was not mainstream, right? But now everybody has a phone, and if you have a phone, you have access to download artificial intelligence. So almost everybody now, if you have a phone, you have access to artificial intelligence, right? So now you need a strategy, or we all need a strategy to incorporate AI into whatever we are doing. So there must be a specific goal with AI. What do you want to do with AI? Do you want to learn it so you can teach about it, or you want to learn it so that you can leverage it for your business, or you want to learn it so that you can develop your own AI custom technology? What exactly do you want to do with it? And this is, like I said earlier, it's for everybody, whether you're just a shop attendant. Now we're seeing AI doing barista jobs, that is, coffee barista. Now there's AI that can serve people, that can do all that, right? If it's to flip burgers, there's AI for that too. So we're getting to a point that where it can just be one person in a whole business running billions of dollars. We have AI that is driving now. Intelligent cars are driving on their own, not just regular cars, even like trucks, like the big 18 wheelers, not just within a short distance. I'm talking about around the country, that there's capacity for that now. So this is not just something you would think about. If it's for, for restaurants, for food, you just name it. Even there are aircrafts now that is flying intelligently. So, I mean, it's really something where it's cutting across everywhere. There are some government institutions now that are employing like AI representative. I think it was Albania or somewhere else, where they're electing like the first AI minister. A particular ministry now has an AI person. So this is really, it's really interesting, but at the same time, everybody is involved. And technically, if you're running a business, especially a business, um, and you don't have an AI strategy, by now, you are most likely going to face some significant challenges in the either now or in the nearest future. Very, very likely. And why do I say that? Because somebody is trying to do what you're doing for less and quicker. So it's almost like a level playing ground now for everybody. So in order to succeed, there must be a clear strategy on how to leverage AI. Okay, so this is where we come in now. Because to apply AI to any industry, you need a module, right? So even if you want to fly rovers to the moon, even if you want to take your if you want to take your technology to the next level, and now you want to apply it to maybe things like telescopes and what have you, you need a business module. Because to order results, to get results, you need the right information. You need the right set of commands. We saw just recently there are probes to some, extraterrestrial um, objects that are coming into the Earth's atmosphere, and people can't identify it. They can't say, oh, either this is a comet, this is a rock, or an asteroid, or whatever, because it is going beyond what we have. There's technology out there now that people are finding difficult to define. Right. And so that's why it's important for your business, for your person, for your own, individual life too, as it connects to uh, the workplace, you need a module. A module helps to tailor and break down these instructions to fit a particular purpose. There's no one size fit all. There is no way we can accurately demand that everybody will be on the same industry or in the same space, right? So for whatever you are doing in particular, you need a module. I'm going to pause for a minute, and I'm going to see if anybody has any questions at this time. Let's see. Just making sure that okay, I don't see any questions, but if you do have questions, you can put it in the chat, and we'll be able to take your questions. All right, let me go back to the presentation. 1 second. Good. All right. So you need a business module for your industry. So we are getting requests now. People want to build modules for their business, whether it's healthcare, whether it's supply chain. We're seeing a lot in supply chain. People are asking questions. How can I build my business with AI? And sometimes I tell them, or I try to educate them, that you need to know what exactly you want. Do you want to take your business from, let's say, 20% to 100%? Now, with that information, we can develop a specific module that would take your business in that direction, because it cannot just be scattered, right? So if it's finance, if it's retail, if it's manufacturing, if it's healthcare, the adoption of AI needs a specific module. The same way you take, okay, you say, I want breakfast, I want lunch, I want dinner, right? So what do you want to have for breakfast? What do you want to have for lunch? What do you want to have for dinner? So that's why everybody needs an AI, not just an AI, but a business module. So that's one of the things that we're going to be learning. And we've developed technology that can begin to do that for you, right? Okay. So we've talked about this earlier when I talked about no, not really replacing, but transforming, right? It's not really replacing, it's actually transforming. So as one industry is going out of the way, it's creating another one. So it's not necessarily going to replace, it's just going to create a new industry. Like you're on this webinar today because of this new industry that has come out. So AI is really just transforming business. It's changing how we work. It's changing how we think. It's changing how we do business. It's changing how we practically live our lives. Right. So the technology like machine learning, NLP, that's natural language processing, automation, is just revolutionizing traditional business models. So all the models we used to use before, many of them are going out of the door. Many of them are, we're already losing that, right? So it's the time now to take that leap into this new way of doing work, of doing business. So this is how AI is transforming business. One very good indication, or one very good way you can use to know how AI is transforming a lot, is how supply and demand is going. Attention is now divided. Many people are no longer doing things or going to school to study those things that we traditionally used to study. A lot of people are no longer studying that. As I speak, even in countries like the US, many universities are already closing up. They are shutting down because the courses are no longer effective. They're outdated. That's how serious it is. Some universities, I'm not just talking of universities, I'm talking of like funded universities. People that have like a lot of institutional money have to start shutting down because people are no longer enrolling for the courses that have been made available. And why is that? It's no longer in effect because it has been transformed. So what you're going to see now is many universities are going to start offering AI first courses. That is, if it's not applicable to AI, or if it can be done, let me put it that way, by AI, there might be no need to study that. Why would you want to spend 4 years, for example, to study something that can be done at the click of a button? Right. So a lot of things are going to change in terms of AI. So you're going to see people studying AI. So it can be maybe like AI engineering, AI mathematics, something like that, that can employ the necessity of AI. Just the same way we had sciences. So we had natural sciences. You in other natural science, you study maybe chemical sciences or physical sciences or computer science or things like that. So, and then we had technology, like, information technology, mechanical, something like that. Right. So it might now be an AI first thing. So maybe information AI, physics AI, law AI, exact, etc., or medical AI, things like that. That is going to really transform the way we do things. Even your banks, everything, if it's not AI compliant or if it's not AI inclined, there might be no, or it might not survive these traditional or this new way of doing things. So this is how the world is changing. It has already changed, but now the acceleration is going at a almost at a breakneck speed. So what we're doing now is essentially what will make the value of this technology useful. And for anybody that has been in technology for a little bit, this is the normal life, right? It's not, yeah, if you're already in technology, you should be very nimble, very agile to be able to adapt to new technologies as it comes, right? Because it's just like, it's just like dog eat dog, something like that. Because every dominant technology will always swallow up the less dominant one. So everybody needs to be very agile. Right. Of course, data is the fuel for artificial intelligence. Anytime you come across AI, just know that the reason why it's able to do what it does is because it has been fed with something, and that something is data. It has to be fed with data. That's like the fuel. That's what drives it. It has to learn what you are giving to it, right? So if you give it medical data, it can study that data over time and then become used to it. So for example, if you want to use it for your business, how much do you make per year? Let's say you're a company making $100 million, for example, per year. All right. How do you make the $100 million? Maybe you sell cars, for example. You sell cars. Okay, where do you sell the cars? Globally or just in a particular country? Okay, who are the people that buy your cars? Are they, professionals? Are they business people? Are they students? Okay, what kind of car did they buy the most? Is it the SUV? You see, so when you start feeding the AI this kind of data, if it learns it very well, it can now begin to either get you more customers or save you loss. So it can quickly determine that, okay, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, this is the kind of car that people are most likely to buy if you are using an AI business model. This is the kind of car that people are most likely to buy in the next 3 years to a very accurate degree, or this is where you're losing money, right? So the data analysts used to be the ones that could tell us these things. Somebody will sit down, train the data and things like that. But AI has gone to a point now that it can do all this kind of work at a breakneck speed. When I mean breakneck, I mean like literally within microseconds. So imagine you as a business owner, for example, you can, to a very high degree, determine what your business will look like in the nearest future, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line. Something that gives a lot of CEOs uh, sleepless nights is that they're not sure if their business will thrive tomorrow. They're not sure if people are going to come and things like that. So they hire analysts, they hire forecasts, they buy newspapers, all those things. You understand my point? Right. So, but now we have such intelligence now that can take that data and begin to give you almost real-time updates. So we said here that data-driven strategies allow businesses to make smarter decisions, uncover hidden insights, and innovate faster than ever before. So you are probably going to be ahead of your competition because now you have something that can parse such volume of data in a very short time. Don't forget too that compute capacity has always been very expensive. When I mean compute capacity, you're talking of servers, we're talking of, custom applications that you need to build and train over a time. Some companies will just hire some guys, in a very like those that can afford it. For large companies, imagine you're collecting data from all over the world. Where are you going to put all those data? So now with the availability of things like this, you are able to analyze these businesses' decisions. You can make decisions smarter. You can uncover insight, like I was giving an example, who is buying what is buying what, who are they buying from, and things like that. So you can determine markets, you can determine what will happen uh, within a very short time. I put something here that data drives decision and destiny, because what I'm trying to say in essence is that most of the decisions that the business is making, or an individual, it doesn't have to be a business, an individual is making on the daily basis, is a general indication that is driving towards a specific end, because we are the incremental, or let's say the aggregate of the decisions that we make. So the business outcome, the business result, or your individual, if you're in a career too, it's not too far from it. The decisions that we make, gives an indication to a very large degree how we turn out. For example, if you're already here on this conference, or this webinar, you've already indicated that to a large degree, you are driving towards a very favorable destiny, a very favorable, outcome for your life, because you're adding value to yourself, right? Some of this training, some of these webinars, some of them cost a lot of money. You attend some webinars or just training, and they want to charge you, almost $1,000 plus, right? To get some of this insight that, is available for free. So, that's just one of the ways we can think about what is going on. I'm going to pause again and just see if there are any questions. Okay. No questions yet, which is good. It means I'm probably doing a good job, hopefully. All right. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Wow. Interesting. I didn't even know time had gone like that. Wow. All right. I'll keep it shorter so that, I can let you enjoy your Saturday. So now, future trends in AI and business applications. I've spoken a lot about this, but what we are saying in essence is that everything is AI driven now. Okay, I don't want to say people are AI driven, because I'm not of that school of thought that people are AI driven. I have my own convictions about faith, so I don't think that. But in essence, the response to our environment will drive the necessity to adopt AI. So if you have not adopted AI as a tool, right? If you have not started seeing, maybe you're still in maybe you are fearful, you're confused, you don't really know what to do, you're thinking. I think it's best to just think of it as a tool, right? And then learn about it. You don't have to necessarily be an expert about it. You just need to know, how can I leverage this? I've gotten requests from business leaders that they just need somebody to consult for them how to do it. So think of it like that. How can I consult somebody? How can I add this to my arsenal of tools? So AI driven cybersecurity, AI driven generative AI, AI driven AI creatives. You have to stay ahead. The business environment, the world environment now, everybody is seeing now as, I don't want to say a tool. Most of the thinking of this large scale effect has already been programmed, that everybody is a tool in the hands of the controlling bodies of these organizations or these corporations, right? Because now, if you have to depend on technology, almost everybody is dependent on technology. Everybody has an email. Almost everybody has an email. Even as you're giving birth to a child in 2025, you're already thinking of maybe how to get an iPad or something for the child, because the child cannot go to school without this thing. So an email, an iPad, everybody's dependent on technology. And now that we're so hyper dependent on technology, guess what? The corporations already know that if we don't adopt it, we'll kind of be left out. Some people, it took them time to just open an email. But now there's virtually nothing you would do that you won't require an email. To open a bank account, you need an email. To get an app on your phone, you need an email. Everybody now, one way or the other, which was not the norm before. Email was not open to download apps, or to open a bank account, or to do whatever else, or to open a WhatsApp. That's not what email was created for. Email was just to send messages and maybe to apply and things like that. But now the meaning evolved over time. And now to do anything, you almost need an email, right? That's the same way AI is going, or that's the same trajectory. It's going to get to a point, mark my words, that to do most of the basic things, you're probably going to need an AI account. To do something totally unrelated, you understand? You're probably going to need an AI account. I won't be surprised in the nearest future if to open a bank account, you need an AI tool, or you need an AI something, maybe a tool or or a valid AI account. That's going to require some level of AI competence to be able to get to that level. Right. So it's no longer about just like I've been hammering since the beginning of the conference or the webinar or the training. It's no longer just about whether or not it's good or bad or whatever your personal opinion is about it. It's about whether or not you're going to be able to cope without it. Right. I think that's where to really put a fine line. If you say, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I'm just going to go to the woods and I'm going to just build a tent there and I will have nothing to do with the external world. Then probably that's the way. And I won't even be surprised, even to do that too, you might need an AI something, at least because of the law of the land. Right. So that's just a primer. So I've created, Spacematics University, and there is a form on the chat button so that we can, I'm going to keep this steady rather than have everything in one. I'll be having periodic trainings like this, either on a monthly basis or as a request. Then the Spacematic University, if you want to actually be a student, if you want to really begin to adopt AI and most of these evolving technologies, then there will be specific training for that. So there's a questionnaire where you can put in some specific information, and I can begin to deal with that on a training perspective. So these are just a highlight of some of the discussions that we'll be having in the university, the Spacematics University, for training and next gen building. It will be more instructor led like this. This is like an instructor led training, and also it will be asynchronous. That is, you can learn it at your own pace, at your own time. Right. So, is there any question so far? Let me check the charts. Okay. So most of the time, what people confuse with AI is automation. So let me put it there so that this is. Somebody's asking, how do you register? The registration is on the main chat. I put a link there on the main chat. If you see under everybody on the general chat, if you can't see it, just let me know. I'll put it there again. Somebody's asking, let me put the link there again. So this is the link. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. It's not working. Second. Okay, so I just resent the link. Somebody was asking about the link registration. So I just resent the link, and yes, it's being recorded, so I'll be able to put that more. And I think I'll do more weekdays because now people are like, oh, I'm doing my grocery, I'm doing my laundry and things like that. It's kind of early. Is it today? People have messaged me and we're asking all kinds of things. So I think Saturday morning might be more. Sometimes Saturday morning is more convenient for me. So I think that's why I put it at Saturday morning. But I think maybe I'll probably be doing more weekdays where everybody, can and I'll check the timing. But here is the sign up sheet for the training and things like that. So for the training, it's not too expensive. I'm just going to be honest, and it's not too cheap. Right. So the reason is that most of these technologies are very new and they still, it's an evolving phase. That makes it it opens a door of opportunities, but at the same time, it takes a lot of strategy, right? So I don't want to give you an expectation that, oh, it's going to be dirt cheap, or I can just take a $10 Udemy course or whatever. No, it's not like that. This is more industry focused. Like you have to have a specific goal to it. It's like a private, like almost like custom made, right? So I don't want to do like cut and paste training. Cut and paste training is where, I just go out and just, say, oh, this is for everybody. There's a lot of general information out there. But maybe because of my training uh, as a Big Four consultant professionally, I do more of very specific analysis or assessment and then, work with people in that specific place, right? So this is more of that kind of thinking or that level of thinking. So if you are going to be interested in this, it's going to be more like it's going to be more of what you want to do with it, what you want to learn from it, and how do you want to apply it? You want to apply it for your career? Do you want to apply it for your business, or do you just want to apply it for your personal self? Whichever way, the courses will be tailored towards that. The Spacematics AI that you see here is our custom tool. I didn't want to say it earlier, but it's our custom tool that we're going to be implementing. So everybody, you have your own module and you'll be learning as the thing, the Spacematics AI will be processing it and be learning it and then be able to give you very targeted insights, very targeted training parts that you can use on your own and develop your professional self or your professional side of your career or your business like that. So that's what we have in stock for you, right? So, but it has to be learned, it has to be that. Okay. Were you able to get, let me ask, were you able to get the link? Let me see. Okay. Very good. Thank you. So he was able to get the link. Anybody has any other question? So yes, this is a good step. I've been speaking for 45 minutes. Wow. It seems like I've been speaking for like 5 minutes from where I am. Okay. So this is a good step in a good direction. And like I said, once you're able to fill the form and I will combine it with the other students that uh, had already messaged me to just help do a recording and things like that so that we can have a more specific time. But we're building a global platform. In fact, let me show you, let me see if I can, I don't know if I'll be able to, just show some of hold on one second. I want to, show some of the countries. That might just be like private information because it's showing their like names of this thing. But I have here .fr, that's France, .ne, that's Netherlands. Which other places again? Yeah, this is where. So they have their countries, what do you call that thing now? Domain alongside with it. So that's how I'm able to know where they're registering from. So it can show me their country. So right. So but in the form, we'll be able to know where, and this is important because if I know where you are registering from, then I'll be able to at least have a good idea of the demand in that place, right? Some countries, funny story, it's not easy to get some kind of learning, right? Because of, just the environment or things like that. So, and like I said, even industries and universities are folding up, right? So it's a global transformation. They are folding up. Imagine a whole university existing for maybe 100 years, a word of you, and all of a sudden overnight has to fold up. Just like during what do they call it? The COVID. That's how we lost a lot of industries. So yeah, that is just something to think about. There is a poll that I put out here. I will appreciate it if we can fill it. Okay. So some people have already filled it. That's good. Wow. Appreciate it. Okay. Some people said, yes, it's my first time of attending. Okay. So if this is your first time of attending an AI conference, that's very good. Would you like to have a recurring session like this? A lot of people answered yes. Wow. Thank you for filling this questionnaire. Thank God I even put it. I was thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't even put it out there. So is this your first time of attending an AI conference? We had almost like 80 to 90%. I'm just giving you the results of the poll. 80 to 90% are saying this is their first time of attending an AI conference. And for till now, everybody is saying that they want a recurring session. So it means that, or that's what it's telling me is that maybe it was kind of valuable to everybody. I don't know how many people's questions I've been able to answer offline. I am an unofficial AI experts in quotes, because everybody's kind of asking me, oh, this, that. So I'm unofficial AI experts. So I started putting things together to help people. So I should have put it there, in what way has this been able to help you? I think I forgot that. Maybe in the next couple of or subsequent webinars, I'll be able to put it there. For now, it's about almost an hour of having this. Maybe the next one, I'll start inviting other speakers and things like that, so that way we can have more interactions. But if you signed up for the class, I've not checked the result of that one, but from what I'm saying, I'm seeing my notifications and I'm thinking some people have started signing up. So if you sign up for the class, I'll be able to follow up with emails or more invitations, and I will see if we need to do maybe more one-on-one discussions. Like I've said earlier, sorry, I'm repeating myself. I usually like to go with more one-on-one classes. I thrive there very, very well, because that way, it's able to, be more personal and at least see where your pain points are. And people learn at different paces. Some people learn slowly, one after the other, sponge it in, marinating it and give results. Some people have, they can just get it at once. They don't need to, that level of thought. There's no difference. It's still good. If you're a business person, rather business owner, and you want to have a more one-on-one consulting for your business, maybe your enterprise, what I need to know is how many, what's the size, your employee side, where are you doing business? We're going to have all that kind of discussion, and then we're going to go from there. So in the absence of any other question, I'm going to give you some time of your Saturday back. Once again, my name, oh yes, we can connect on, I should have put my LinkedIn. I just search on LinkedIn. I put my LinkedIn information there. So yeah, just search on LinkedIn, Tolu Disu, and you're able to get there. My profile, everything under Spacematics. So you can put, I think I should not have put Spacematics Tech instead of my name. There might be other Tolu Disus. I'm not too sure. Not too many, I assure you. But yeah, so that's the company. We're a startup. If you've not heard me, I don't think I talked to me. We're a startup, and we're starting to get a lot of traction, right? Starting to gain a lot of traction with this whole AI bubble, AI this thing, and I think it's a very interesting time for everybody. Once again, I'm going to give you your time back for your lovely and wonderful day. If you have any other question, please feel free to email me, text me, or place a call. Thank you for your time. This has been Spacematics for the 2025 conference. And oh, by the way, lest I forget, this is globally this World Space Week. World Space Week. So a lot of events are going on all the way from the United Nations. It's a United Nations program. So everywhere they're celebrating space. I think throughout this month, actually. Throughout this month, they'll be celebrating space. I think it's also Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So I'm going to do another one on cybersecurity. If you're really interested, if you're interested in that lane of thinking, we are available for you too. So I'm going to be doing another one, maybe sometime around the end of the month. So just be aware of that. I'm going to give you the rest, like I've been saying, I'm going to give you the rest of your time back. Thank you very much for your attention, and I will see you at the next webinar. Thank you.